Hi guys, Yoan here for hashtag Pack. We're back for another video and today I'm going to show you how to cook Nilagang Baboy. Okay, let's do this. So here are the ingredients. We have onions, Baguio beans, long green chilies or siling pangsigang. We have calamansi and siling labuyo. That's for sausawan later. Of course, the pork. We have repolyo or cabbage here. We have potatoes. We're also going to use fish sauce, black peppercorns, and salt. So, yeah, and also pork cubes or pork stock. Let's do this. So, in a pot, just put a little bit of oil. We're just going to saute the onion and the peppercorns. So, the reason why I do this is because I want to release that peppery flavor from the peppercorns and also give a little caramelization in the onions. Not too much. We don't, I just want to extract that little taste of sauteing it because it gives that distinguished sweetness, a little bit of sweetness from the onions and that peppery flavor from the peppercorn. So there you go. I'm just stirring it right now, and you'll be able to actually distinguish that it's done because you'll actually smell the flavor of the peppercorns coming out. And as you can see, I didn't even wait for the onions to be translucent. I immediately put the pork right there because it happens very quickly, and I'm doing this over high heat. So I'm sauteing the pork right now. We're not trying to brown the pork. Remember that we're just trying to actually sear it and make sure that the pinkishness of the meat is no longer there. So we just have to go ahead and stir it and saute a little bit with the peppercorns and infuse the pork with that flavor that we have extracted by sauteing the peppercorns and also the onions in oil. So I'm just stirring it right now and basically trying to get the pork entirely coated with that oil, with that pepper onion infused oil, and there. So we just have to make sure again, guys, I want to sear it, so I want to make sure that all the pinkishness is gone, and we'll move on to the next step. So while you guys are not looking, I actually added 5 cups or actually 6 cups of water right after all the pinkishness of the pork are gone. So I waited it to boil, and as it boils, this is very. It's always like there's a debate about this whether to remove the scum on top of the boiling soup that we actually have here. To be honest with you, I don't really know if we have to do that or not, but I just remove it because I just wanna make sure that I get a clear stock or soup with my nilagang baboy. So yeah, after removing the scum, as you can see, I actually just melted or dissolved the pork cubes in water, in warm water, and then I've added it. I've used to, depending on how much pork flavor you want to achieve, so you can add more, you can add less. And I'm actually adding a little bit of salty flavor there. That's the fish sauce or patis. So I don't want to actually season this very much because we will have sausawan, which will actually help us out. So what I did there, what happened there, when it faded was I waited for the pork to really be tender and fork tender. Probably that took around 30 to 45 minutes depending on how much heat you apply. But what I did there is I actually um, put the stove into medium high heat and make sure it's boiling, but it's not really like super boiling. And then I added the potatoes right after that because the pork is already tender. Right after that, I've added the chilies, the long green chilies. I've added that normally when I start adding the first vegetable, which is the potatoes, because I want to actually get the flavor of the long chilies. It's not spicy, but it actually gives you that earthy vegetable taste of the chilies. I really cannot explain it, but I guess you guys who tasted that already knows what I'm saying. So yeah, so right now what's happening is I've added the long green chili, the green beans or the bagu beans. I don't want soggy vegetables, so when I added the bagu beans, the potatoes are still a little bit tough, but not yet done, but almost done. So I've added it so that it will actually cook together, so that I can maintain the crunch and the freshness of the vegetable right there. And then, as you can see, right after like what, less than 30 seconds of adding the bagu beans, when I saw the water or the soup boiling again, I added immediately the repolyo or the cabbage. And again, this is super like almost done already. When after I added the repolyo, and as soon as the water gets back to that rolling boil, I will turn off the heat. That's what I do. I don't want to actually have a soggy vegetable, because this is already a soup and it's a stew, and it's already watery, super delicious. But if you will have, if the crunchiness and the texture of the vegetables will go, it's not gonna be good. I don't know. It's really entirely up to you guys. You can cook your vegetable all throughout. It's just me, and I just want to really have that little crunch. I've added like I think a half a cup of water. That's just water. It's not. It's no additional flavoring there. Just because I feel like I am running out of soup, and again, this is nilaga. So nilagang baboy means it's a soup. So I've added some, and there, it's done. I just waited for that little thing to actually the water that I've added, and I waited for the soup to boil again. And here's our nilagang baboy. I hope you guys try the recipe. It's super easy, super delicious, especially the rainy season. And as you can see, there's patis there and sausawan with calamansi. Super sarap. All right, so thank you guys. Bye.